Hello guys. Today we're going to talk about a horror anthology film that I saw with my sister and towards Halloween, actually a few years ago, actually, which is surprising because I remember just watching it like it was just yesterday. It's From a Whisper to a Scream. The original title of this movie was called The Offspring, and some of that got it wrong before. I mean, it was released with that title, but when they did DVD releases or later releases, whatever, they did use the original, so there might be some confusion with that. But when I look it up, it's usually From a Whisper to a Scream, so I'll go with that. This movie was released in 1987. It's rated R. It's an hour 39 long. It has 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb with about 2,200ish user votes. 64 critic reviews, but no Metacritic for this one. It stars Vincent Price, we know from a gajillion things. I'll say one off the bat, The Fly, and also stars Clu Gulager, Gulager, Clue as it's CLU. Let's see what this person's known for. Um, Actually, he played Bert in The Return of the Living Dead, so he has been in other things, which is cool. So I do recognize that. Um, it's directed by Jeff Burr, who was who also did Broke Sky. He doesn't have a lot of credits. This seems like kind of his bigger thing, and a lot of that was producing. So I don't know if he's directed a lot of stuff, to be honest. On Rotten Tomatoes, if I forgot, there it is here. Let's see if there's anything on this one. I'd be surprised if there is. This isn't exactly a well-known movie here. Um, Come on, you can do it. Some of these times it's just like, oh. Only one critic reviewed this movie. 1,000 people, audiences reviewed it. They gave it 35%. See what the one critic review is. My God, it's for Ryan. The quote isn't available. God damn. He gave it 2 out of 5. That critic. I usually don't go into specifics, but if I have the options, I'll take a quick look. So it is streaming on Epix, which is through Amazon, so that's how you'll get it. It is available to rent and buy on Vudu, and that's actually how I watched it, was through there. Surprisingly, it was released on DVD in 2005. Um, Shout Factory gave it 5 out of 5. I don't know if I gave it 5 out of 5, but given horror anthologies, it's actually really good. Now, let me look through here. Make sure I get all the stories straight here. I always love reviewing anthologies. There's always so much to look into with these things. So basically, a reporter comes to a town that has a history of bad things happening to people. Shocker. Oh my God, it just jumped to another thing. What an asshole. Okay, hold on. Alright, and basically there's 4 stories. And it's the uncle of an executed murderess, who's played by Vincent Price, an incredibly old but still awesome Vincent Price. I mean, he looks fucking old in this movie. Oh man. And into a reporter. First one is, I remember this one. We'll go over this one by one. An elderly man pursues a romance with a younger woman, even to the grave and beyond. So that one was fucked up. That one was really, really fucked up. That one, but it was good. It was good, and the ending was that one's good, for sure. Another one, a wounded man on the run from creditors is rescued by a backwoods hermit with a secret to eternal life. That one's really good too, and all these stories take place at different points in life, different points in time. The wounded man one, that one was good too, mainly because of really how it ends, and more than anything. It's just a kind of an interesting story to see, and it kind of makes you think, all right, where's this gonna go here? You know, this is very Twilight Zone esque stories. The only real thing is that they're really hard R, which is probably something that if I could do something like this, it would probably be something like that, like a hard R Twilight Zone. That'd probably be the best thing I would do with that. The third one is a glass-eating carny plays the ultimate price. We're looking for love on the outside. From what I read of reviews from back then, this story was kind of received the least well, mainly because it was kind of seen coming. I don't know. I don't remember why it wasn't. I thought it was good. I will say though, a lot of these stories, the endings, they're horror story endings. They're not really anything that'll usurp your imagination. However, this one was really interesting way to end in terms of like you almost were hoping for a different ending than what you got, but it's since it's horror, you kind of like whatever, it's fine. But that one's I think that one's okay. The last one, this one in my opinion is probably the best one here. Um, Civil War soldiers are held captive by a household of orphans with strange intentions for them. That one's my favorite just because of how fucked up and weird it was. I mean, first of all, like after the Civil War, the setting was the best. That setting was just to me so fucking raw and rural and woodsy, all in one. It definitely was like Evil Dead to the 10th for me in terms of like just eeriness and unsettlingness. I love that one. The wraparound's good too. It's really good because Vincent Price really keeps you captivated by it as well. Um, so overall, special effects are excellent in this. I love the special effects in these movies. The stories are good as themselves. I do think it's weird. They all share a similar gritty, like indie tone to them that really works really well, especially for the last one. The third one's really the only one I felt like they tried a little hard to add a little more pizzazz to it, and I think that's what turned some people off. It felt a little disjointed. I didn't think it felt disjointed. I just felt like I feel like anytime you do something circus related, it's gonna stand out among the other tales because the other tales are really gritty horror, and the circus one was still kind of gritty, but it was more like insane horror kind of thing. So it kind of stands out a little bit from the pack. But overall, the acting for most of these is usually solid to good for the most part. It's I wouldn't call this an A movie, but calling it a B movie feels a little weird. I feel like a little bit more effort was put into it. So think of it between B plus, A minus grade, I guess. Um, and that's what the actors are in this. Really kind of like that. Special effects are good. Camera works fine. Nothing too bad there. Just a solid horror anthology to say the least. I wouldn't mind if they did another one of these at the time, but this is the only one they've ever did, and I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, horror anthologies, there's so many of them, especially around the 80s into the 90s. But I love anthology films. They're probably my favorite form of storytelling because they kind of, I don't know, there's just something about them to me that feels like you get a lot more with about the same. And I always love that in movies when you feel like you're getting a lot from not that much. And that's the really thing with horror anthologies, especially horror ones. They never really got anthologies down with other genres, really, which is kind of weird. I heard of a Western one on Netflix a while ago that did that, and it did well with it. So who knows? Maybe it can be done. But actually, you know what? Sin City did the anthology way. They just did it very mixed in with each other. So, but it was still, you know what? So it could be. It could be. It just takes some creativity. But yeah, I really like this one. I do recommend it. It is technically on DVD, but I've never seen it in my life, the DVD copy. And might not be the easiest to get, or it might not even be in our region, I'm not sure. So your best bet might be to rent or buy it on Vudu or stream it on Epix. That's really what you got. And to be honest, of all like the streaming services that's mostly based on buying and renting, Vudu's my favorite by far. So I definitely recommend Vudu for sure if you're gonna go there. Rent was like $4, And for this movie like this, I think it's a good price, especially if you're a horror or anthology horror film lover. I think you'll like it just fine. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily I wouldn't put too much into it necessarily, but I would consider it a little bit of a hidden gem, or at the very least a hidden stone, a hidden nice rock, if you will. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's really solid. I definitely recommend it. And as a quick update, this is gonna be my last, not for the year, but this is my last one for a while. I'm gonna shift gears. I'm gonna do another vlog series. I'm gonna cover The Nightmare Room, another kind of short-lived Arlstein anthology that only lasted one season for 13 episodes. And the way I'm covering it's going to be a little different, unfortunately. I don't want to get too into it because I don't really want to stretch the video that long. If you're really that curious on how I'm going to cover it, I guess tune into the first episode. I plan on releasing it August 1st, Sunday, on a Sunday, and I'm going to just do it once a week until October 31st. That's when I plan on ending it. And yeah, I'm really excited to do it, and I plan on doing one or two Fenn recommends for October for Halloween movie related. But outside of that, I don't know if I'll do more at the end of the year or do something else like album reviews or something like that. So just a little quick heads up there. But yeah, guys, overall, this movie I do recommend checking this out, especially if you're a horror film and slash or a horror anthology film fan. Or just looking for something, I don't know, something along those lines or whatever. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you want to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab in our channel as well, and can access that through a PC or laptop computer. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.